Hello, this is Benjamin John Pope, and this is a free step-by-step tutorial in Adobe Animate, and it is going to focus on creating eyes, drawing like an artist. So the first thing I do is grab the rectangle tool, which I do quite a lot. That's Control and R on your keyboard as a hotkey. We're going to pull out a square or a rectangle. We're going to get rid of the line. We're going to select the colour, which is colour and style in your properties. The fill is the colour within it, and we're going to go to black. And now we're going to press Control and Shift and hold them down and pull out 2 points by going to the edge of your shape. We're then going to pull it down like so. We're going to make this round and make this round. All I'm doing is going to the line that is on the outside of your shape, and we are defining an eye. So I want to do it a bit like that, and it's the shape of an eye straight away. So we're going to select it with double clicking, and then we're going to press FN F8 and call it eye. We've turned it into a movie clip symbol. So what we know is if we double click inside of it, it has its own separate timeline, and we're going to add in 4 layers. We're going to copy number 1, the layer 1, so Control and C. Layer 2, paste in place, Control Shift V, and do that to every layer. We're going to grab layer 1 after locking the layers, which is this lock here, which stops you from selecting the vector on the screen or your workplace. Unlock layer 1, select layer 1 and go to modify, shape, expand, fill, and choose expand 10 pixels. 10. Move it down slightly. You're going to grab layer 4 and say lock them all. Unlock layer 4, and you're going to cut it in half like that. And what I've done to do that is select the normal arrow tool and just pull out a rectangle and cut it like that. You're now going to bend it, but what you need to do to see it is change the colour. So we're going to change it to grey just to move what it looks like. Bend it a bit. Believe it or not, we can pull that up and we can do something stylish like that. We're going to select this and press FN F8 and call it Eyelid. We're going to select it and press Control Copy, Control Shift V. We're then going to go to modify, shape, modify, transform, flip vertically, and that's just a little bit of fun just to see if you can use it like that, which you can. And this is the fun part about drawing like this, is that you can just match it slightly. And now I'm going to left click on my mouse, but is actually the button that brings up your menu according to like any other button it does. We're going to say duplicate symbol. It's going to be eyelid copy. Okay. Now that has made the same symbol a different symbol. And now I'm going to chop off this piece. And I'm going to pull that to there. And that to there. And that, believe it or not, needs to be messed around with slightly. I'm going to do that just to show you that it can be like artwork, according to what artwork's like, according to developing graphic or vector artwork. So now we're going to unlock all the layers. We're going to go to layer 3 and we are going to delete it. We are now going to select layer 3 and then choose an oval tool. We're going to throw out an oval. We're going to grab the oval and say FN F8 pupil. We're going to go into it. We're going to select all of this and press Ctrl C and paste it in place on 3 layers. We're going to grab layer 3. Now we're going to grab layer 2 and make it smaller. So you press Q to bring up the free transform tool, which to your left is the arrow with the box. We're going to make it that size. We're going to make layer 3 invisible. That is the little icon with the eye. And we then see layer 2. We're going to select it and then choose black because that is the pupil. Then we're going to select layer 3 and make it small with the free transform tool, which is Q on your keyboard, or again over to the tool palette on the left hand side, or wherever it is on your work face or interface. We're going to put it there, and believe it or not, that according to animation or according to drawing is actually the white reflection you get off of the sun. And we're going to change it to a radial blue. We are then going to change the radial blue into a parallel coloured as different colour, and then we are going to grab the gradient transform, which is F on your keyboard, and we're going to pull it out with this little circle, and it will be like that. Now that looks like a brilliant eye straight away, but we're going to grab layer 1 and press Control Copy, Control Shift V on the exact layer. But if you do that, make sure you select it and change the size of it before you select it. So just use the hotkeys or put it on another layer. And the reason I've done that is and see now, right, that would, if it's the same colour, it will merge into the same colour. But there's ways of doing it with hotkeys that basically mean that you stop the merge because you change the colour immediately. you can just add another layer and do the same thing. But we're going to go into here now, and we're going to add another layer, and we're going to grab the rectangle tool, and to change the options, if it has a triangle in the corner, you just hold down the triangle and choose rectangle tool, pull out a rectangle, because this is going to be the shadow. We're going to select it, we're going to go to fill, we're going to choose alpha 60%, we're going to choose black, and we're going to do that and that, and pull the points out, and then we're going to pull the point to here, and then we're going to do that, now it has a bit more detail, and do the same here, and just add a new layer in, and put out a rectangle again. Should be the exact same fill with alpha, which is transparency. What you need to do is just arrange it however you think the shadow should be. I think it should be like that. So that is an eye basically, but what we definitely need to do is give the eyelid some colour. So for example, if it's skin, it should be a pink, maybe a really light pink, and you can see me changing colour according to the colour change, and we want to get it on a pink, but a nice mellow pink. Let's go to the solid colours and choose that one, because it's more of an orange, isn't it? Skins, well, there we go, perfect. Now copy this here, the hexadecimal value of the coloration. So copy it, go into the bottom eyelid, open the fill, undo that, Control and Z. You need to open the color window, so go to window if it's not part of your workplace at the moment, and choose color, and then just paste it in place here, the color, press enter, and it didn't change because it wasn't selected. But if we go to window, color again, with it selected, the vector graphic, and paste in place, press enter, and that is an eye. Zoom out to 75%, come out with the symbol. The symbol can now be resized anyway. Copy it, Control copy, Control Shift V, move it over, modify, transform, flip horizontally, and there are two eyes. Now you've got both of them there. You can just add layering in the bottom. You can add a layer in and drag it down, and then grab a circle, make it a fill of black, and the alpha 45%, or whatever you think suitable. Pull it over like that, and I do that to it. Sometimes I leave it as a circle because that's like a sleeping shadow, or shadow underneath the eye. You could call it I don't know, a bit of a wrinkle or something, but it's just shadow. And if you just went and did something really simple and said rectangle tool, chucked out a line like that, went like that, went like that and just moved it, changed it to black, so black alpha 100%, and that's basically an eyelash straight away. No, an eyebrow straight away. And the fact of I just said eyelash is something else you would do to make it more like a cartoon or a more defined artist picture or whatever you want to call it. And that's nearly the end of the tutorial. Now I'm just going to quickly show you how quick you can use stuff. So if I went to library, now my eyebrow's there, right? And I can just resize it, spin it round, and just create an eyelash. I can just go copy paste, paste in place, and keep doing that, copying and pasting, and it becomes an eye which you can just, well, there you go, it's like a perfect eye. But you want to see the eyelashes, and that's how easy you can make a cartoon eye, even using different elements of your picture to speed up the creation. And thank you for listening.